Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922 yet again. I'm going to upload 7 Deadly Sins in a little while. This one, after that, I'll upload this one, which is Magi. Now, before I get into this review, I want to mention a few things about this chapter. Now, the thing is, as I'm trying to pick my nose, the one who is the other Magi who betrayed Solomon, supposedly, I can see it being two people. Two. Now, I think it was Blaze Monkey, known as Ray, from the J Room. He posted the pic. And it's this pic where, it's like on page 6 or 7, where you see Sheba with a staff. And she's fighting. She's fighting these, I actually don't know what she's fighting. She's fighting these, like, angel creatures. And supposedly that staff is the same looking staff as the Magi bitch. I call it Magi bitch. From, Al Farman. So, as of right now, though, I'm going to say it's rather her or this other one, Arba. She, cause like there's this weird, I don't know if you catch it. You catch it in this chapter. She's practiced fighting with Solomon. And I don't know if you could see it. Like, it's very quick, and then you don't show it again. There's this mark on her, like, right eye. And it's like a mole. And the thing is, you don't see it on Sheba. You see it on Arba. Personally, I really hope it's not Sheba, but it probably is. I would really like it more if it was Arba, who was the one who, tried Solomon. So let's get into this chapter. Pretty much it's 5 years later. Sheba's like 17 years old. And she's pretty much fighting the people who, with God's will, all that jazz. And this one was called Love Sickness. And we get this, she's fighting these angels, weird angel creatures, and, she's got, the creatures got, like, the boobs. It was weird. Then she basically is creating a Borg, and she's depleting them, pushing them back with the Borg. And they're like, what kind of Borg is that? And they basically call her, she's the so-called 8-headed defensive wall magician. She can bring her own Borg to extreme heights and turn it into a powerful offensive magic. What incredible ingenious. And then we see a picture of Sheba, 17 years old, and she's got the staff. Now, I'm not sure if that's the exact staff that the one in Al Farman has. Because it's got this weird shape. It's got like a curve and like this. Now, I might have recalled that staff being in that woman's possession. Now, here's what I might think happened. What if it was the reverse? What if the one who has the staff now is actually Arba, and she killed Sheba, or vice versa? But, it's really, we're just speculating at this point. It's really just speculation, because there's still too much to be revealed yet. I mean, she's only 17. You got to figure when this whole thing went down, and when the world was destroyed and Solomon made that other world, that happened way off still. We're still way off to that. We might not get that until like 2 or 3 more chapters. So, yeah. But we see her, and she's basically saying, now the enemy has retreated. Let's fight together now, from now on, Phoenix. And these people are obvious, these creatures are obviously jinns. You can tell. You can tell they're going to be jinns. The jinn, because they got the whole get up and chains, and they're naked and stuff, so you kind of get that understanding. And she's like, the depths of our hearts are the same after all. That's something that a person who I really admire told me, but I share his sentiments. Um, and then we basically got the guys who are for God, and they're basically saying because the world has already fallen into the hands of resistance and the other species. It's like they're wondering how long, you know, how long. Why isn't Elder David making a thorough search and destroy operation when 10 years have passed since Suicide began to oppose him? And we see the base of the resistance, and Sheba's home, and this is gonna be really. People are calling this person the female Obito. Now, I don't want to jump to that conclusion yet. It's a possibility, but I'm not jumping to that conclusion yet. But, we see her and she's walking through the streets, the resistance, blah, blah, blah. There she's home, making small talk, and, saying that she's grown and everything, and so on and so forth. And apparently, one of them tells her there's that for magicians, they can actually stop them from aging. I thought it was an interesting tidbit. There's a spell actually for them to stop aging. And then there's like one of them, I forgot, what was the guy's name? Because they said in the yeah, Ugo is 58. He's like 58. I'm like, what the hell? 58, really? Wow. Anyway, so yeah, they're basically telling him that he's 58. The elder brother is 24 years old. They're making fun of him. He's like, you can't get a girlfriend. It's pretty funny. And she was basically saying that she wants to become an adult as soon as possible, so strong and wise. I want to get along with Lord Solomon. and then they're making fun of her, saying she's gonna get a girlfriend. He's gonna be your girlfriend. You're his girlfriend, and stuff. As if I could ever like a guy who's like a nagging and stubborn father. And basically, she's got like a cutie face on, saying, "What would Solomon praise me? What would he do? Would he praise me?" Usually Solomon. And you know what's funny about Solomon? In certain instances, Solomon does get that vibe. You get this vibe off Solomon that I don't want to say it's like Sinbad and Cohen, but sort of that vibe. It's in the air of it. It's weird. Hey, different to say. Anyway, so he pretty much is just telling Sheba, don't get caught up in the moment. Your injuries, basically saying him that. I'm telling you, you can't be too stubborn. I can't leave you alone. Does that mean that you worry me in a special way? And he's like, no. I meant that sometimes your eyes have the same dangerous look in the head that past. That's what worries me. That was funny. Because she was like angry at him and shit. And, and he says, well, I was like you in the past after all. You resemble me a lot. And he's like, I resemble Solomon. And she's so happy and everything. And then she goes and finds him. And he's basically sparring with this other one. This girl, I believe. Her name's Arba. Now, on page 14, you look at Arba. Top right-hand corner. And she has a mole right under her right eye. Now, this makes me speculate. But then again, when I saw it, I was like, okay, I was speculating. Maybe this is the Magi bitch. This is her. But then you look at the other panels of her on that page, and you don't see the mole on her face. It was very strange and weird. You don't really see it. It's weird how they have it there, and then it's not there. But and another thing that makes me want to suggest that it's her hairstyle. Her hairstyle is, for me, I find it is similar to the Magi bitch. So, and pretty much she's basically selling this whole situation here is basically, you know, he's telling her to stop calling him young master. I told you countless times already. I'm nothing. She was saying I'm nothing more than a menial servant, and saying that's a really old story. Do you know why I brought you here, me in the great temple? And basically, he's basically telling her, I brought you here to help me manage the different species, because pretty much what's happening is there's an increase of different species joining their cause and living with them and everything, and he can't handle it on his own. They're treating him like a god. He doesn't want to be treated like a god. He wants to be treated like they're equal. They're all equal. And saying that I could become conceited and have the penance to be a god just like my father, just like in the past when we were alone. Talk to me without honorifics. That's basically what she's saying. Now, I really do, it is between those two. I really do believe, and that's probably going to be a thumbnail right there on page 17. And basically she says, young master, yes, young master. And this is kind of a weird scene because Sheba sees it and she feels... It's one of those two, Arba or Sheba. But the thing is that I want to say Arba to a certain extent because of the hairstyle. That's all I'm going on. But as of right now, you really can't tell who is really the one. Is it going to be Sheba or is it going to be Arba? We really don't know. I basically have a scene of in the case, let me tell you something. Your sword style sucks, Solomon. You know, she's making fun, and then she's walking away sad. Sheba, and then Ugu's like, how did it go? He's like, she's eating continuously, and he says to her, you can't get yourself between them no matter how much you eat. And she says, I know, and she's crying, leaving that aside. And another thing happens. Then after that, we pretty much have this discussion with Ugo and Solomon, and saying that he says the Magi have recently received from Ilola is heavier, it feels a little impure, the quality of them. And he's basically, Ugo saying, I wonder what is causing that. And Solomon's basically saying, I don't know, but maybe it is time we talk to the being before. There's a being before humans, before, and basically saying it might do something with the balance of the world. We need to ask him for advice. Maybe he will be able to tell us something. The one who basically was alive since before humans became magicians. That there was some kind of being that lived before the humans became magicians. But I wonder, and this is Sheba talking, but I wonder what in the world that species to which Solomon could ask for advice be. Let's go and meet him, the Origin Dragon. So this Origin Dragon must be very important for them to go ask. So I'm guessing this is like, I'm going to say we're like at the halfway point with this story now, with this flashback of Solomon and his everything. I'm going to say this is like where things turn, but can't really say too much on it. And like I said, don't really know who's the one that's going to be the one to... Yeah. But for some reason, I see Arba, but this is only on the hairstyle. Just because of her hairstyle. That's all I'm going on. But be the one who is the one who's the Magi bitch, the one who does alma, farming. I mean, it could be the other way around. It could be that Sheba's the one. There's still possibility for that. I'm not denying that either one is either one, but there's still too many holes yet to decipher. Hopefully next week we're going to get some more answers when it concerns this Origin Dragon and what it lies. Oh, I forgot a rating. More or less, this is 4.5 out of 5. But next week is probably going to be very interesting. The more closer we get to telling of this story, the more answers that are going to be revealed, and eventually we'll find out who really is the Magi that is part of Altharman and is the one who is going against Solomon's will. We'll find out. We really will. Other than that, pretty good shit. And also, I think this is probably the start of when Black Rook gets introduced. I think so. Because remember what Ugo said. He said that the Magoi is heavier, as if impure. So that might tell us that this is the start of evil, of going again, falling into depravity. The start of it, at least. But we have to wait and see. We really do not know. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys. Bonkai 922. Still a lot of questions to be answered as far as Magi's concerned when it concerns this specific flashback. But the answers will come. They will come. I'm going to say probably at least 2 to 3 more weeks. That's only a guess, though. I say 2 to 3 more weeks until we get the full caboodle and we go back to real time. So, yeah. That's the story. Bonkai 922. See you guys later. Nothing on tap except for Akamiga Kiru. Got Attack on Titan. Oh, boy. Or Breastplate says, Attack on Kidnap. Or Nostradamus says, Attack on Corrupt Government. Hey. Jump the fuck off, man. Come on. It wasn't kidnapping. It was a plan. But that will be another day for explaining that. I'm Bonkai 922. I will see you guys later. Nothing else. We'll find out what the story with Solomon is sooner or later. See you guys later. Peace.